Hello, folks. Welcome to Pentiment, a game which I am about 90% sure I know how to pronounce the name of. This game was on a lot of, unofficial best of, what year was it last year? 2022 lists, and, Elden Ring kind of cannibalized everything from that year, which is understandable. It's one of the best games ever, probably. But this game was supposed to be very, very good. It also seems like a really good candidate to play in this format on a Let's Play, because from what I understand from listening to the podcast The Besties, which talked quite a bit about it, it is not a game for everyone, but it's a game with a lot of talent behind it. I believe the creators of Fallout New Vegas did a lot of the writing, which is outstanding. I also know it deals with some kind of heavy themes about religion and that kind of thing. So I figured it's a game that not everyone would really enjoy playing, but might be interested in seeing. And it sounds like something I would really like. I tend to go for story-based games, RPGs that do fun things with it. You're not just leveling up your combat and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna try it out for a little bit. We'll see how it goes, and yeah, we'll go from there. This is basically a blind playthrough. I know very little, beyond just the kind of basic elevator pitch. So, let's see. Easy read fonts. Oh, that's cool. That's a good, accessibility mode. For the time being, I'm going to keep it with the stylized fonts. If y'all don't like it, just let me know, and I'll see if I can change it after the fact. I'm assuming this is a thing to go back and change. It wouldn't make sense to have an accessibility setting that you can only do once. But awesome. Cool they have that. Okay. Oh, I'm controlling this. Already kind of regretting the font choice, because that's hard to read. Oh, I guess I'm erasing the text. I don't have a ton of mouse space where I am. I might have to move my laptop around. Apologize if you hear the audio of me moving all my shit. So unprofessional. Never gonna be a famous YouTube streamer that way. That feels like a kind of depressing Mario Party minigame. Erase the history from this sacred text or whatever. Yeah, Obsidian did make this. Great. I was right. It's Pentiment, right? That's how you say that. I don't know. I barely know how to read. Oh, I love the rabbit with the axe. Every game should have a rabbit with an axe. It's the one thing Elden Ring was missing. Holy Roman Empire, April 1518. Oh, is our character creator going to be like a dream sequence? That's sick. Sorry, just taking a drink. And the abbot said to me, Andreas... Oh, that is so fun! I don't know what this means. I need you to finish your commission by the end of April. That seems, if this is supposed to be a dream sequence, that is most in line with my own nightmares. He had told me I had until the Ides of May. Asshole. And he's not going to pay you for any more, is he? He has no appreciation for the cost of your sweat. Saint Grobin? Josh Grobin? The yield of labor should not be measured in coin, but in personal satisfaction and self-improvement. I love that, Socrates. Holy shit. Self-care icon Socrates. Comrade Socrates. Personal satisfaction does not put much food on the table, though, does it? Yeah. Saint Gropin. Gross. Prester, John? How do you reply to then, Andreas? Oh god. Sadly, this would probably be me in real life. But in the wonderful power fantasy that is the video game Pentiment, I told him it would be done when it was done, sometime before the Ides of May. That's what I like to hear. What's he going to do? Find someone else to finish your work before May? It's true. Oh, I didn't even see you. It's true, making enemies with the abbot may not be wise, but he needs your work. And the doing of the work is its own virtue, regardless of what the abbot may think. I thought I was the abbot. Despite the abbot's ire, you must endure. Soon you will have finished both the abbot's work as well as your masterpiece. And then you will return to Nuremberg. Nuremberg, where marriage and your new life as a master await you. Yes, marriage to someone he has never met. Hardly ideal. It's Beatrice, our SO. Well, the alternative is becoming a philosopher. Oh, Jesus, then you should definitely get married. Is she pretty, at least? I don't know why some... Oh, okay, never mind. Can I be gay? That is a good question. Oh, who knows? That's not why I'm doing it anyway. Regardless, I'm not going to have his whole deal be wanting to get married if he is straight. That seems kind of sad. It is growing late. The wheel of time stops for no man, Andreas. I fear you must leave us. Ah, true, your majesty. Will you visit us again soon? Well, I can't always dream of this palace, your majesty. Of course. If you are not here tomorrow night, I pray you will be someplace as pleasant. Grobin, please see Andreas safely home. Of course, your majesty. Until then, Andreas. Until then, your majesty. What? I love this dude. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with him. I want a sticker of that. Just like peering over the side of the laptop or something. Pay no mind to the other fools, Andreas. I never do. Aw. Ow. At least I would if they stopped stepping on my feet. Watch where you're going. They're fools, Andreas. No point in trying to teach them anything. I thought that was just a job back then. And now the equivalent is YouTuber. I know old John wants you to endure the abbot's shit, but since I take you home, I get the last word. Don't let him run you ragged, boy. I won't. The abbot can't push me around. That's what I like to hear. This dude pushed me around, though. Would you please stop? Oh. I give up. Take me home, Josh Groban. As you wish, Andreas. Aww! Who are you? You're adorable. Good morning, Ursula. Oh, you have the worst name. I'm sorry. Gulamander. Oh, I'm hello. She's so cute. Time to get up. Gonna assume it's a Wasti situation. It is a Wasti situation. The picturess keeps Solomon, the Marian Prior Frenic. Oh, okay. I grew up in a religious household, so I'm gonna know some of these things that are referenced, but not a ton. Because I feel like modern day religious people don't really talk about religious history, because their own version's more likable to them. Well, that's cool. That's a cool loading screen. Andre... Hello. Good morning, Andreas. Did you sleep well? I don't have the mouse anymore, which is weird. Quite well, actually. Thank you. That's a cool dream. So glad to hear it. Anyway, I know I'll be off to the Abbey, so I packed you some food. Almonds, cheese, and some of the rye you like from the Albanese? Is that what that says? Maybe I will change the... Otto wanted me to ask you to join him for dinner at the Abbey. Sure. Otto stopped by? Yes, around dawn. I love this art style. This is so cool looking. Here you are, Andreas. It's too kind of you, Clara. Many thanks. Master Andreas, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, could we... Would it be too much trouble if you paid next month's rent today? And if we raised it by 2 groschen? Groschen? I don't know. I'm America. I went to public school. I don't know how to read. I hate to ask, but we're behind on our taxes to the Abbey. 2 months behind. Don't you love it when the church controls taxes? That's cool. Peter's losing his hair over it. Even more than usual, I mean. I wish I knew how much money I had before I respond here. What is this? I'm not sure how to respond to this. Rent wasn't due until the beginning of May. Well, this is neat. I want to be nice to them. They're hardworking. They're taking care of me from the sense I got. I would imagine it's quite difficult to be a working woman in this time period. So, yeah. If I have the money, I'll help. Of course, it's no problem at all. Besides, I wouldn't want Peter to lose any more of his precious hair. Oh, bless you, Andreas. Oh, God bless you, Andreas. Ooh. And may St. Luke watch over you today. It's so cool how it's like, it looks written. Speaking of St. Luke, how is your masterpiece coming along? It's been 2 months now, hasn't it? Slowly, I'm afraid. Most of my days are spent doing work for the Abbey. It's only during the divine... Right? It's only during the divine office that Prior Frenic allows me to work on my masterpiece. A reasonable restriction, but slow going. The city council doesn't require it to become a master. I'm making it mostly to show clients and for my own sake. We love that. Write because you want to write. And yes, when I do finish, I will go back to Nuremberg, where I will marry and open a workshop of my own. From Nuremberg to university, and now traveling the world as an artist. What a life you have ahead of you, Master Andreas. Yes, I suppose it does feel like I'm starting a new chapter of my life after all. Or after... So I'm wondering. Do we have, like, a predefined backstory? Must be frightening starting over again. It is, but I know now that that's what I want to do. Not many people get to decide that. Clementine will remember that. Certainly not anyone in Tassing? Is that what that says? That's the font's fault. I'm not taking responsibility for that one. Anyway, I don't know anything about art, but I've seen you sketching such beautiful things in your little book. Your masterpiece must be wonderful. It's getting there. One day at a time, Andreas. Hard work will get you all the way. That's what my father used to say. God rest his soul. Now I have to get back to my own work. Have a good day at the Abbey, Andreas, and we'll see you after Vesper for supper. Not tonight, but thank you. Klaus Drucker invited me over for supper. Of course, please say hello to the Druckers for us. Of course, until later, Clara. That's cool, I like that. The font getting fixed. Eva's the one we haven't talked to yet. Hello, Andreas. Oh. Hello, Clara, can you spare a moment to chat? I was wondering if I could help you with your tax troubles. Andreas, you're a guest and a tenant. Besides, it's far too much for one person to pay alone. This seems like a mean way of saying the same thing, so I'm going to say, how much is it? 2 glutens. What is that in 2023 American dollars? If you can pay your rent early, that's alright. I'm sure I can find some way to pay the abbot. I'm happy to contribute whatever I can. I know times are hard for you right now. You have a good heart, Andreas, but I'm afraid I can't accept. Peter's too proud of a man to ask for charity. I shouldn't have asked you about rent in the first place. You're young and have your life ahead of you. I'm happy to pay early, Clara. You're a good host, and I can do without... more than your family. That sounds kind of mean. Do without more than your family. Let's see. Must you, Andreas, don't mention this to Peter. It sounded like I was saying, like, I was kind of being judgy. Like, I could be without this. You people can't. Maybe that's not judgy, I don't know. Listen, Andreas, don't mention this to Peter, alright? He would hate to know I told you about our troubles. He won't know a thing. Nice. Oh, the transitions are so cool. Is that Peter? Immediately go and tell Peter. This weather's been god-awful. This town's gone to shit since my days. Were things very different when you were young? As different as beer and piss. The old abbot didn't bother us so much about our customs. Didn't mind if we left a little offering to Petch. Oh, I have a glossary. I didn't even notice that. That's awesome. To Percha. pagan goddess of the Alps, associated with animals and spinning wool. She's still invoked by some Christians in Austria, Switzerland, Bavaria, and Swabia? That's cool. Matthias knew that Christ was in our hearts, even if the White Lady's name was on our lips. Is this just explaining who Jesus is? That's cool. The pigs look so cute. Tassing. Okay, I think it is Tassing. What sort of old customs? Kind that scare away witches and keep spirits from calling storm clouds over our farms. The saints weren't the first to watch over Tassing. My father knew that. Old Ranning Kepper knew that. Ranning Kepper, the late husband of Altilia. The bastard abbot may not like it. Some of us keep traditions alive. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna be doing that a lot throughout this game, I think. I won't mention that at the Abbey. The Abbey. Just hounds take the Abbot. Right. I should go. Alright, God bless her. A little Commander Shepard moment. I should go. Oh, there's multiple Peters. Andreas. Alright. Are you also Peter? I can't talk to you. Okay. Oh, there we go. Big Jorg! Morning, Andreas. Morning, Big Jorg! That's a fun name. I want to be Big Jorg. Need a bit of a rest. Dad's still in the field. He had a big rock with the plow, and it took me Lord knows how long to pull it out. Off to the Abbey? Where else would I be going? Andreas, I don't know. Just making conversation. Smells like a storm's coming. Just smells like fresh alpine air to me. You've been traveling too much. Where was it you spent one jar before coming to Tassing? Oh, this is cool! Alright, I guess this is like our class, sort of. So our backstory. We have Basil? I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. Andreas knows some Italian and French, and can reference cultural touchstones from Basel, and nearby Bern, Zurich, and Freiburg. I'm gonna butcher so many names of real places. I apologize, y'all. Low countries, Andreas knows some Dutch and French, and can reference cultural touchstones from Antwerp, Burgess, and Ghent. I'm tempted to do this one because I know how to pronounce these. Andreas knows Italian, a little Greek, and can reference cultural touchstones from Florence, Venice, and Milan. I think I probably, in real life, know this better than the other two, at least. So I am tempted to go that, just because it's like... Seems like a good first run at this game, right? I'm assuming if this is good, I'll play it multiple times, and then I'll try the others. For right now, might as well not overwhelm myself. Italy. Doesn't hold to confirm your choice. There we go. Italy. Florence for a while, but Venice and Milan as well. Italy. No wonder your senses are dull. You've been down there too long. Spend enough time in these mountains and you'll be able to smell a storm coming. How long will that take? 10-15 years. I don't think I have that long, Big Jorg. What'd you spend all that time in Italy doing anyway? Other than art, I mean. Oh, this is cool! Hedonist. Andreas seeks out pleasure wherever he goes. He is extremely social and quite experienced in all of the enjoyable vices of the world. That's fun. Craftsman, Andreas lives to work and dedicates all of his time to art. Bookworm, Andreas spends all of his non-working free time finding and reading as many books as he possibly can. That's fun. Rapscallion. Oh, I love that. Andreas has a penchant for getting involved in petty schemes, pranks, minor crimes, and fist-fighting. Businessman, Andreas devotes much of his time to self-promotion, optimizing business expenses, making investments, and balancing his books. Always be closing. I gotta go with hedonist, right? That's too fun to pass up. Bookworm is a close second, I think. That could be useful and closer to what I am in real life. But, you know, not trying to exactly play me. I'm trying to play a bit of a character. Italian women are beautiful and their wine is exquisite. What do you think I spent my time doing? Sounds like fun, but you'd better not let Father Thomas hear about it. Why not? Priests tell us to emulate the lives of saints. Damn! I revere St. Augustine, who said, Lord, make me chaste, but not yet. St. Augustine of Hippo was an early Christian philosopher, theologian, and bishop of Hippo Regius. He is recognized as a doctor of the church and is most known for his works, The City of Gods, and his autobiographic Confessions, as well as his development of the doctrine of the original sins. Wow. So it's you I have to blame for all of my childhood trauma, Augustine. Oh, my internalized Catholic guilt and shame. If you say so, Andreas. Still think you're going to get in trouble with Father Thomas. Jorg! Jorg, let's go! That's already acting like I'm taking too long. See you later, Andreas. Sexy Italian Andreas. Gonna go to church, I think. Audio got a little screwy there. Can I pet the sheep? Oh, something's happening. My audio's getting a little screwy. I hope that's not affecting you guys too much. Martin, please, can you give me a hand here? What do you want? I'm keeping an eye on them. I love some of them have names like Saint Gertrude Augustine of the Lady of the Skies. And some of them are just like, hi, I'm Veronica. Martin, for Christ's sake, help your cousin. That was a little, like, vaguely Scottish. Morning, Andreas. Excuse us. One of the fence rails fell and the sheep started hopping it. Should I offer to help? I'm kind of tempted by this one. No, I'll be a good boy for now. Helping others helps ourselves. Oh, that's true too. Is there something I can do to help? Have you handled sheep before? Well, no. Then no, but thank you. Christian of you to offer. Oh, I don't know about that. I think Christian of you would be giving the sheep some kind of disease and then claiming your land. I grew up Christian, I can make those jokes. Oh look, there's something going on at the, Steiner's palace? Steiner's place? Pretty looking horses. Who's that on the horse? Looks rich. I don't know, Martin. Lucky's giving him an earful. Christ. Didn't seem like that worked up since Peter and Clara's wedding, when Jonah pulled his pants down. Knocked 2 of my man's teeth out. Damn it, Martin, stay out of trouble for once. Andreas, if you wouldn't mind... I'm struggling to read those. What? Wouldn't mind moving your skinny little body up the road. We need to get the sheep under control. Of course, see you later. This is a good sarcastic one, but I'm worried about this looking like I'm siding with him. Help your aunt and cousin, alright? Eat shit, Andreas. Can I go up this way? Oh. Andreas, good timing. Do you have a moment to lend me a hand? Of course. Gotta get horseshoes out of the fire. Just counted how many I put in. Oh, ooh, we're doing a full-on minigame, huh? I'll take the shoe in my tongs, the hot butter of the shoe on the anvil, and I'll hit it with the hammer. If I, like, fuck this up, do I get injured somehow? Faster. Good, good. Next one. Riveting gameplay. This is that, intense gaming you guys come to YouTube for. You considered a child, holy shit. You considered an apprentice? I have. None of the boys in the village seem interested. I was hoping I could be like, pick someone who's not a boy. But... I know it's based on another time period, and there's going to be limits within that and all that, and people were pretty horrible during this time period, but I would have loved to have been like, fuck gender norms. Find like a young girl or something. Church truckers. Can I want to see what's going on with the horse, but I guess they don't want me to. Whoa, what is that? Morning, Andreas. How's it going? Another day at the Abbey, after a few hours of work on my masterpiece. Really need to see these new woodcuts I have for the Italian edition of Till and... No, I'm not gonna try that one. Father Thomas is letting us print books in Italian, apparently. Come on, Andreas, he's not that strict. I know he's just trying to protect people from... adventure stories of questionable moral repute, or... Witch Mania sounds like I'm acknowledging the BS of witch hunting, so I'm gonna do Witch Mania. Oh god, don't say that, Andreas. We're less than a day's ride from Innsbruck. We need to get people around here all worked up about witches again. Besides, don't talk about witches around Father Thomas, just a bad idea. Good to know. So, supper tonight after Vespers? Of course, thank you. Great. Tell Marie and Bert you're coming. See you later. I'm gonna need a cup of water while I play at this, if I'm gonna read all these notes. Oh, here's the fucker. God bless Master Mailer? Is that my last name, Mailer? Mailer? Your week is going well. Thank you, Father. It's going quite well. I'm just on my way up the hill to get to work. I think that's it. I fucked up. Good, Andreas. I don't recall seeing you at Sunday morning mass. Oh, God. Oh, boy. You understand how important it is for your salvation that you receive Holy Communion, don't you? I just stayed up working too late on Saturday. I don't want to get into an argument with him about this. I disagree with the good one there. I think this is the middle one's the closest to what I want. Because I don't want to be a dick, but I also don't want to bend over backwards to him. I do, but I've been working on sketches late at night, and... Andreas, this is about more than your success in life. There is another... What a blessed day to receive such an illustrious visitor. Is Lorenz Baron of Rothrogo? Words are hard, cursive is hard. It's great lord of the countryside of near Worms. He's dissing the other neighbors. Oh, yes. It brings you back to our little hill town. Wife and I were returning to a trip from Venice. From a trip to Venice, which is useful because I was in Venice. A few days in Innsbruck, which is where the witches were, so that's a little tough. Right? Is he gonna say? Yeah, Witch Trials of 1485. For the Emperor's Diet? Oh, that's interesting. The Imperial Diet is an assembly of 3 colleges of the imperial estates of the Holy Roman Empire. The Prince-Electors, the princes and dukes, and representatives of the imperial cities. They meet to deliberate on matters of importance to the Empire. That's interesting. I didn't know that. The Emperor? Is he there? Did you see him? Briefly. He was sitting for a portrait at the time. Quite lovely. I didn't want to bother him. Or the painter. See, I can see him getting mad that I'm a commoner, but I do want to do the I'm from Italy thing. How was Venice, my lord? I lived there only a few years ago. Oh, fascinating. Well, the city is... Oh, no. Am I reading that right? Or I hope that's just the bad handwriting. Is this guy pro-segregation? Is that what's happening right now? Do I like to fight with him? At least that's how I took it. It sounds like he's like, oh good, they're cordoned off to their own little area. No offense, Father. Of course. Anyway, my wife wanted to stay a bit longer in Innsbruck, and I decided to ride ahead to make a visit to Carousel? That's not Carousel. Father Matthias died shortly after my last visit, of course. Great loss for the Abbey and for us all. So Father Matthias was looking for a second copy of a historical text. Sure to look what was in that one. Contains some fascinating details about the history of this place. I'm afraid they might even cause a bit of a scandal. Yes, but I must be off. There will be time enough to discuss Taysing's past later. Commissioned a manuscript from the Abbey through Father Gernot, and I have come to check on its progress. Oh, my lord. If you have come to see your manuscript, you should speak with the young master of Mailer here. So you have to marry to become a master? That's crazy. It's an honor to meet you, my lord. A Nuremberg artist working in the Abbey of Scriptorium in 1518? Oh, we should talk, Andreas. You must know the story. Is this me flirting with him? Oh no, find a little. I thought I misread that. But find a little. Like, ooh, let's find some entertainment and companionship. Of course, my lord, it'll be an honor. I'll find someone in the countryside who knows anything about art. So I have to pick between two dinner plans? Is that what's happening? They're throwing a lot of names at us. It's a little confusing to keep track. Okay, so we're talking to this dude. The bunnies! So, a journeyman from Nuremberg. Seem a little old to not be a master. Are you unmarried? No, I'm not married, but in truth, I came to vacation later than my father. Sorry, came to vocation later than my father and brothers. That's very big difference. I was in university for a number of years at Erfurt? Erfurt? Wonderful, the same university as Martin Luther. I know who that one is. Have you read his works? Tremendous mind. He says things about the church that should have been said years ago. The typos are intentional, but always throws me off. Should have been said years ago. It might get him into trouble, but he's a brave, brilliant man. You may have even met him, did you? You must tell me. No, he was a few years ahead of me. Still, his ideas seem fascinating. I agree wholeheartedly. I simply must meet him if I get the chance. It's giving me, like, Assassin's Creed, where it's just like, here's every semi-notable historical figure. We're gonna throw them all at you, even if it doesn't really fit. If Martin Luther fucking shows up. I wonder if the good brothers of the Abbey have heard of him. Perhaps they've even read his list of 95 Theses against the church. Father Matthias was not above having a lively debate. I hope Father Gernot does not disappoint in that regard. But enough about Luther for now. Tell me about your university studies. Forgive me, Baron, but did you attend university? You seem very well educated. No, my family is merely wealthy enough to have provided me with all the books and tutors a child could dream of. I love all knowledge, from Aristotle to Circio to Ficinio to Armaius. I know some of those, and everyone in between and yet to come. I may have misjudged the Baron. It seems he is well read as any university student. In truth, I am simply happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now then, did you earn your doctorate? Is this another backstory thing? The font just changed. That's interesting. Did his accent change? Is that what that's supposed to mean? No, I didn't. Only a master's degree. Only a master's degree. Fuck you, Andreas. I have a master's degree, and I worked very hard for it. Significantly impacted my mental health. Only a master's degree. I started working towards a doctorate, but I didn't finish. That's a shame. Well, what was your area of study? Ooh, fun! Theology. Andreas has a strong understanding of Catholic theology, biblical knowledge, canon law, heresies, and similar subjects. Imperial law. Andreas knows the basics of the fractured systems of law that govern the various states of the Holy Roman Empire. Medicine. Andreas is familiar with the basics of human biology, medicine, and illness. I think I am most interested in Imperial law. That sounds fun. Medicine's cool too. But... well, I suppose I thought I could practice in Nuremberg. Never had much interest in the subject, honestly. A bit dull for my tastes. Besides, the Empire is such a mess of jurisdictions. Bavarian law, Rhenish law. I'm gonna... should I stop reading? Lots of different laws, and he calls them nonsense. I'd rather use my money to pay someone who studied the nonsense than learn it myself. I guess that's me. You... if you had any faith, I would have prayed you'd never shown your face here again. If I had any faith. Curse you, Laurens. Punches dog. Oh, she's citing the pagan god. This dog tearing you to pieces would be too kind of fate. These rustic communities display a shocking lack of hospitality, don't you think? What was that about? Who knows? By the time I finish guessing, the old crone will probably be dead. What of your early time at university? Every student must study the trivium and quadrivium? Do you have a favorite subject? Latinist. Andreas has a strong command of the Latin grammar and vocabulary. He can also easily recall I didn't learn Latin. I went to public school, like I said. You know Latin. Cool. Logician Andreas instinctively thinks through the implications of information as he receives it. Is adept in spatial analysis and can easily perform complicated calculations in his head. That's fun. Orator Andreas excelled at rhetoric in university. He is a skilled teacher, persuader, and public speaker. That's fun. Occultist. Andreas knows a soul-endangering amount of theoretical and practical knowledge on alchemy, astrology, thermatry, necromancy. That's fun. Heavens and earths. Andreas knows a great deal about the constellation, heavenly bodies, and their movement. He's also familiar with various plants, animals, from study and personal experience. Orator and occultist both sound the most interesting to me. I think occultist sounds like the most interesting and fun and weird, so I'm leaning that one. Orator sounds very useful, but I use my access to the university's library to pursue more esoteric interests. Oh, esoteric, how so? Mystical textbooks on alchemy, invoking spirits, divination. Purely academic, of course. Of course. I started with Ficino's Copius, and that I do want to check. Marsilio Ficino was a 15th century Italian priest and humanist who was one of the leading figures of the Italian Renaissance. He is well known for his translations of the works of Plato into Latin. Is it Plato or Plato? I don't know. Oh, look at the top of the illustrations. The little bunny or dog is licking its butt. That's cute. The Corpus Hermeticulum. I should have learned how to read before doing this. I'm sorry, y'all. A compilation of 17 religious and philosophical treatises. encompassing the sorentology of the great thrice great Hermes, Egyptian, Greek, and Jewish traditions, translated to Latin. Okay. Quite interesting, Andreas. I'd like some time to speak with you more on this topic during my stay. Look forward to it. Anything else you excelled at? Oh, I can pick 2. Great. Orator. The art of persuasion, naturally. Rhetoric. Assume you study the Greeks and the Romans both. Yes, Aristotle, Circio, of course, but also Christian thinkers like Augustine and Thomas... I know that one. Thomas Aquinas? That's not how it's pronounced. Aquinas? We have less use for public discourse than senators did in the Roman Republic. Exactly. The doctors of the church weren't trying to persuade politicians, but to move their mind towards Christian truth. Ooh. Still, the principles remain the same. Invent your argument, then arrange, style, and internalize them before delivering them to your audience. Splendid. I suppose an artist has little use for rhetoric, especially in a place such as this. Not true. Rhetoric is also an art. And like other forms of art, it should be created for the audience and its purpose. We practice as easily in the streets of a royal town as in the Curia of Rome. Well, but bunnies! So many bunnies. A lot of Father Matthias stuff. How'd you know him? My family has been patrons for I don't know how many generations. Some years ago I heard that it looks like Curacao to me. I'm going to say Curacao for now. I don't know if that's right. Has a wonderful library and artisans. Professional artists have taken over most manuscript productions, so I was shocked to find an active scriptorium here. Room for writing, yeah, okay, I knew what that was. The artists that remain here are quite talented, if a bit old-fashioned. And Curacao is more than a bit old-fashioned. Okay, so it's becoming less common to have manuscripts done at the abbeys. I know the work, but I'm not the artist. I do know the artist well, though. The Venerable Brother Piero. How venerable. Still has his wits and his skills, if that's what concerns you. Brother Piero has an incredible talent with color. And I very much am looking forward to seeing it. Nikolaus, tend to the horses and the baggage. I'm heading up to the abbey. Yes, my lord. This is good. I'm running a D&D campaign, and this gives me an opportunity to test out some stupid voices. Well, let's not keep the abbey waiting any longer. The abbot waiting any longer. Sister Mary Coon. Nuns. It's unusual for him to have both monks and nuns, yeah. So, Curacao is kind of dated. Do you know Mother Cecilia? She seemed to recognize you. We are acquainted, yes, let's leave it at that. They fucked! The animation style is so cool. Yes, the Baron. So wonderful to have you here again. We actually did meet on your last visit. If you say so. I am not good at remembering faces. Oh, me neither. Please forgive me, my lord, but I wasn't expecting you for another few days. Yes, I know, but I wrote ahead. I just couldn't wait to see my manuscript. I'm sure it's no trouble. Yeah, I mean, no, it's no trouble. Did you want to see it now? In a moment. I could do with a bit of refreshment, though. May I grab something from the kitchen? Rich prick. Certainly. I will meet you there. Andreas, I don't know what you were doing with the Baron, but I need you in the scriptorium now. Of course, Father. I'm eager to get to work. Then, get to work. It wasn't my only chance to do that, was it? Get Brother Matthew to pay me early. Find a way to get paid. Garden. What is that one? Oh, he's singing. That's cool. God bless you, Andreas. Has your voice yet recovered from Easter Mass? Yes, it was a bit of a strain, but a worthy sacrifice. Well, if the Lord could give us... if the Lord could give us his all on Easter. Exactly. Have a good day in the scriptorium. Have a good day singing. Crypt Tower. Old churches are very cool. Like, just, I find them very, like, visually cool. God bless you, Andreas. Does my vocation seem silly to you? No, I was just being friendly. Then go in peace, friend, knowing that the Abbey's treasures are secure for another day. God be with you. I have a favor to ask you. I was hoping you could give me my pay for the latest manuscript early. This isn't part of the agreement you made with Father Grant. Or no. We paid on completion of each additional manuscript. You illuminate, not before. Only have a few pages left, Brother Matthew. Finish them the next few days, anyway. Then I think you can wait a few days to collect your wages. Abbey runs through mutual agreements, not haphazard payments. Got a writer option. The matter is pressing, Brother Matthew. For the love of another Christian, I beg you make an exception. Very well. Do not ask this of me again. Here you are. I should note this was Father Gernot, and I should note this with the Father and the Prior. Thank you, brother. God bless you, Andreas. Alright. Got my payment. I can give it to Clara her rent early. Is this gonna fuck up my church thing? You know what? No, I like Clara. She's one of the few seemingly nice people we've met yet so far. I'll give it to her directly. Oh, I thought he was going to go right now and do it. Okay. Let's go to the scriptorium. I don't know where that is. Let's see. Just explore a little bit. I think we're nearing the end of this first video. Oh. Oh, can I ring the bells? No? Ugh. That sucks. Spooky. Centuries old tombs. The music is very spooky. Lovely relief of the Virgin and Child. Shame it's hidden down here. Can I? It must be something else. It's a little sensitive. That was it? Ooh. Now what? Whoa! That's sick. Secret entrance to the library. Let's remember that. Can't go into it yet, though. That's awesome! Again, I knew very little about what this game's whole deal was, so I was like, alright, I guess it's like a grounded in reality point-and-click kind of thing, but that's pretty sick. It looks like if my calculations are right, we're coming up on an hour. So I think we're going to stop in a moment. Just want to see if we could kind of get to where we have to get. Scriptorium is behind the church, it looks like. I am tempted to talk to the nuns, though, so I might do that. See what they know about our noble friend. Can I talk to the big boss nun? Doors are locked to men. Not wildly surprising. What do you gotta say, Matilda? I heard your musical adaptation is very fun. Could get her in trouble by talking to her. Okay. Oh, here she is. Will you talk to me, or are you mad at me? God bless you, Andreas. God bless you, Mother Cecilia. Is there something I can help you with? I noticed that you took the sisters inside when I walked up with the Baron. What concern of it is yours? You said much in saying nothing. And now I will say even less. Good day, Andreas. Damn. I mean, fair. Bestie's like, not on today. We're in a church. We should be all over gossip, guys. At least that's what churches are like now. Is this where I'm heading? Or do I might have to go down one. Infirmary. Doctor House. Nice spot. I'll give you a health, Master Mailer. Brother Sabat, I'm surprised to see you still here. Isn't I will be leaving soon to return to Rome. I and my bishop regret we could not reciprocate Father Rudolph's generosity earlier. Show much kindness to our priest at the Council of Constance many, many years ago. Will you remain in Rome? That is up to my bishop. I will miss these mountains in any case. You should travel to Ethiopia, Master Mailer. See the highlands. God has blessed my home with wondrous beauty. I would love to someday. I still need to return to Nuremberg, my workshop. Yes, someday. Till then, if you are ever in Rome, I may still be around. I only made it as far south as Florence, but I'd like to see Rome. By the way, if you have some time in the next few days, it would be nice to share a meal with you and some townsfolk. Townsfolk? I am accustomed to stranger looks, especially in rural places like these, but I have had kind words with the baker and his wife. I, rack my brain to think of an Into the Woods quote. Something about having magic beans for dinner? I don't know. Tell a story to the children and their mothers over a meal someday. Brett seemed excited about the idea. It'll be more comfortable if you were there as well. I can certainly make time. That sounds awesome. Thank you, Andreas. I look forward to it. God give you health. Yeah, Sabat. Church, dormitory, cemetery. That's kind of cool. Oh, the guy's in the kitchen, right? Can I get tea? Let me just... I don't even really know where I'm heading, so... Animal pens? Wait, hang on. Can you pet the animals? You're a person, I can't pet you. Is that... That's locked. Okay. Scriptorium. Here I come, I hope. I gotta go up from the looks of it. I could go through the cemetery. Cool. What a freaky fucking thing. Monument to the founder of the Abbey. It's fairly recent. Funds were donated by your descendants. That tombstone's a different color, which makes me think I could interact with it. But it looks like I can't. Scriptorium! There we go. Let's get here, and then we'll think we're wrapping up. Guy. Good day, Andreas. Oh, his name is Guy. We're just like, it's a guy. All this period-specific dialogue, and then just Guy. So Guy is not very passionate about his work, it sounds like. He doesn't really care what he's doing as long as he's paid. Or as long as the abbot's impressed, more accurately. Could be right, the first chapter of Genesis until Judgment Day. I'm never going to see Burgundy again. I need to make the best of the next 40 years. Bold of you to assume you'll live 40 years in the 1500s, my guy, but... My guy, literally. Leave you to it. Can I talk to other person? Adok, I think is how that's pronounced. How are you feeling, Brother Adok? Mill? That's easy, I am well. Well done, my son. It's early. I'll give you a harder one later. I look forward to all your anagrams, Brother Adok. That's cute. I love that. Piero. Oh, you're the guy doing the manuscript. Can I warn you about... What's his face? Good morning, Brother Piero. Good to see you well. Good to see you as well. I don't like this weather. My bones ache. It means a storm is coming. Big George Gertner said the same. Says that if you live here 10 or 15 years, you'd smell storms coming. Brother Adok has been here long enough that we can always smell him coming. Do not forget, Brother Guy, the fate of the youths who jeered the aged prophet Elijah outside of Bethel. There we go. Fonts are hard. Are you comparing yourself to a prophet, Brother Adok? I am comparing you to an imprudent youth, whom the Lord in his ineffable wisdom may choose to strike down. Calm yourself, Brother Adok. You're too sensitive to guys' jokes. I am old, Andreas. Every slight against me stings with the fire of 1,000 wasps. but I pray to God for strength to endure this wickedness. Well, everyone seems quite lively. I suppose that means Prior Frenick is not overseeing us today. He was here, but then he heard Warren's Rothfogel had arrived, and he hurried out like a little mouse. Frenick is so desperate to impress the abbot and the nobles. It's pathetic. You feign kindness to Father and Abbot and our prior, only to speak about them like this behind their backs. It is shameful. Oh no. Baron Rothfogel, his manuscript. I just realized that he will want to see his manuscript. How silly of me. Of course, that's why he's visiting. Perhaps if you were younger and faster, you wouldn't need to worry about so much about your patrons' visits. What's the problem? The Baron is just one client. He has to wait like anyone else. Andreas, Baron Rothfogel is not like anyone else. He has powerful friends, including the Prince Bishop. Curacao is already out of favor. Father Abbot does not want to have to deal with more attention. Well, if Prior Frenick isn't here, I'm going to work on my masterpiece until he arrives. What do you want, Andreas? I need the Book of Hours. Your hair looks messy today. Did you get enough sleep? No, because I was dreaming about you. Liar. Did I just get the book? It's all the way upstairs. Can't you do without it? I'm sorry, but I really can't. I need to reference it for my work. Really, my feet hurt and the stairs are so steep. Can I get it? Sister Athilvata! Andreas needs help finding a book, and I don't know where it is. Andreas. Illuminata, I think is how that's pronounced. Sister Illuminata. I'd like to borrow the Book of Hours. Yes, I overheard her. Please return it promptly. Oh, where's our bestie going? May I see how your masterpiece is coming, Andreas? Of course, your opinion's always welcome. I like this guy. The composition is lovely. There is a joyful spirit in your arrangement of the figures. The contrast of colors is also quite nice, rich and beautiful on their own, but not overpowering the scene. It doesn't feel right. I don't know why. It's an excellent interpretation of someone else's work. Damn, Piero! What do you mean? It's all my work. My son, you're copying the illustrations from the manuscript almost entirely. So, what's wrong with that? Haven't I improved on it? Aesthetically, yes. It's wonderful. But I feel you have not given much thought to what it represents. It's November. In November, we show peasants leading the pigs into the forest to forage for acorns before the slaughter. Forage on acorns. Andreas, the peasants here are no longer allowed to forage acorns in the forest. Many great lords and abbots across the empire have forbidden it. Even Father Gernal. What difference does it make? This is the way November is painted. But it's not the way November is. Art is illusion, storytelling. But in their most subtle form, These images illuminate a path to truth. It's most important to me that my clients are happy. They won't pay me for the truth. Yes, but with God's grace, this book of ours will outlive us all. What will they say to those who see it in a future generation, centuries beyond our comprehension? What will they say in the future when some random gay dude is playing this game on Twitter and making fun of Catholicism? Not Twitter. Fuck me. YouTube. That would have been a good joke. Definitely not Twitter, this day and age. Some will gaze deep into your lines and paint to seek a deeper meaning. What will they find? But he need not listen to my opinions. They are just the thoughts of an old monk. There's no place for the monastic scriptoria anymore. In truth, this room is a place out of time. Does that make you sad? I admit I'm still fond of the old styles of lettering and illumination, but even in my youth I knew it could not last. The creation of books, of art, is no longer the provenance of monasteries. So be it. More people will be able to write, more will be able to read, and in so doing, brought to truth. I think there will always be a place for artists like you, brother. And brother Guy. It's kind of you to say so, Andreas, but you need not be concerned for me. I've lived a long life. I am happy to have served the Lord. When he calls for me, I am ready. Oh, he's gonna die. Where's the time gone? Too much talk. Must ask forgiveness for not honoring the rule. Until later, Andreas. Until later. Oh. What's he holding? He's trying to hide it, clearly. What's going on in here? Can I investigate what he did? No? Okay. Andreas, what was that noise? Oh, I'm sorry, Sister Omanata. I knocked a bowl of paint on the floor. Then Prior Frennick came in, wrote one of his books, slammed it closed, and left. He was in such a hurry, I don't think he even noticed me. He was slamming books shut? Prior Frennick should know better than that. Some of those manuscripts are quite delicate. He seemed to be in a great hurry. I think he is on edge since Baron Rothfogel arrived early. Which is why books should not be taken out of the library unless it is necessary for divine reading or work in the scriptorium. Are you still mad at me for borrowing this book? No, anger is not an appropriate response for a nun. But the fact remains that you tricked me into giving you that book for no valid reason. Not valid? Is it not valid to want to see one of the works of the great Irish scribes? One who wrote masterworks that even now grace libraries in Cologne, Fulda, and Mainz? No, it's not. Not unless it pertains to your work, or the abbot permits it. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, what's all the fuss about Lorenz? Why is Prior Frennick so nervous? I didn't know you were familiar enough with the man to use his Christian name. Anyway, I haven't dealt with him personally. But prior and father I would have. I only know that he purchased a number of our most valuable manuscripts over the years. And he paid enough to help the Abbey when we needed it. Like what? What did he buy? I can't remember, you know. I have my own responsibilities to attend to. How about this, Andreas? If you help me recover some of the missing books, I'll tell you what I know. Of course, that sounds fun. Should I begin? I think I saw one already. Aeneid. Reddish covers, 14 inches by 10 inches, 3 inches thick. I know the ones. They're among Piero's favorites. He keeps them by his desk. They are not his to keep. A fair amount of wear on these. Psalms were old even when Piero starts to make copies. How long ago was that? 3 years. The Aeneid is one of his most words. The Aeneid is not one of my favorite stories, but I understand why it appeals to Piero. Oh, this is cool. Aeneas chose his duty to the gods over his lover, Dido. Fuck me. I read this one too. A long time ago in college, but I did read the Aeneid. Do you think Aeneas' sense of duty appeals to Piero? We all have our vocations, Brother Piero takes his more seriously than most of the others in this abbey. You clearly take yours seriously. Andreas, I didn't have a choice in my vocation. Few women do. How'd you know? She knows her life better than I do. You're right, of course. I appreciate that you understand how limited our roles and our choices truly are. Even in stories, we are maidens to be rescued and wed, cruel seducers of men, or wicked crones. Like Dido, we ordinary women are merely tools in the tales of men. We can never be the protagonist of our own stories. No woman is exempt from that. From the empress to a nun. It's our lot. I suppose I understand now why you are not fond of the Aeneid. It's fine poetry, for men. Now the books, if you please. Thank you. Next, Richard Gurin. This is a printed copy. Green cover. Diamond pattern. I do not have the size in the ledger, but hopefully you can find it by that description alone. Is the ones over here? Yeah, I saw this before. I didn't read this one, so I am excused from mispronouncing anything. The beauty of this book truly belies its ridiculous content. I'm surprised the Abbey owns a copy. We don't. It belongs to Amada Rusco. It's a something edition that's quite valuable. I can read that font. He loaned it to us 5 years ago. It was subsequently lost, and the Abbey has received 3 letters about it. We've certainly seen the brothers enjoying it. The book is not appropriate reading for the Benedictine doctrines. The baby is sold to pirates, raised as a servant, and lives a life of adventure, wooing princesses and fighting in tournaments. I forgot the best part. In the end, Gurin learns of his royal blood, the son of a duke. He reigns as a king and dies a pious hermit. What's not to love? Benedictines should be dreaming of reincarnation, reconciliation with our Lord, not lusty adventures. What's the harm? Fantasy leads to temptation. Temptation has led to the downfall of many men and women. Sounds like one of those people in the 70s who freaked out about D&D. Sometimes, yes, but books like this, it's all the same type of fantasy, isn't it? To die better than we are born. And what's the problem with that? Why shouldn't a peasant dream of being a king? There is neither Jew nor Greek, neither slave nor free, neither male nor female. We are all one in Christ Jesus. Okay, a little restricting there, but we may be one in Christ, but we are not equal in the world. Yeah, girl, you were just telling me this. This world you should be concerned about, Andreas. The book, Andreas. We must return it. Or would you like the Abbey to receive a fourth letter? In truth, it's unlikely you'd be considered liable under Bavarian law. Oh, are you a legal scholar now, as well as an artist? Well, actually, I did study law at university. I don't care. I'm not concerned about the legality of it, but the principle. The book, please. There's only one book left. Then you'll be freed from bondage. Dark red cover, 8 inches high, 5 inches across, 2 inches thick. What is it? The description should be sufficient. Very well. This brother Guy was reading it, right? Is it this one? Now that I think about it, Guy has always been guarded about this book. I think he was hiding it. Very good. Please bring it here. What is it, anyway? Maybe I should have learned French at some point. Well, that's neat. So if I pick the other background, I could probably read this. What is this? The music changed. Why are you asking so many questions? Just give it to me. Why won't you tell me what this book is? Because it's a dangerous book, Andreas Maller. When the previous abbot tolerated in spite of a papal order to destroy it. Three French bishops condemned the book. All copies were to be burned. Its author shared the same fate. What? Why? I don't know, Andreas. It isn't my place to question the judgment of one bishop, much less 3. Before you ask, no, I haven't read it. But I know it contains dialogue between love and reason. So the book is dangerous. Why did the bishops condemn it? "200 years ago. Oh, when did they condemn it? What? Why? Why is it still here? 200 years ago. Because Father Matthias loved books. All books. He didn't want to see it destroyed. And he was right to do so. Books shouldn't be destroyed, even if their content is in question. The Holy Church does not share your opinion. It is their law we must contend with, not your emotions. The Church was wrong. I'm not going to debate this with you, Andreas. Father Matthias is gone. It's not my place to question the former abbot's decisions. But when Father Gurnall learned it was in our possession, he wanted it destroyed. Must the book be destroyed? No one even knows it was here. I do. So did Mother Cecilia and Father Gurnall. Well, I refuse to give it to you if all you're going to do is destroy it. What? Why not? What are you going to do with it? We didn't become a French heretic. That's not funny, I'm serious. Give me that book or our deal is forfeit. I won't tell you anything about Baron Rothvogel. She takes her duties to the church above her duties to the library. She doesn't like being a librarian. We know that, so that's not going to work. So I think either A or C is the way to go. Consider the sound theological reasons for allowing this book to exist. More sound than a condemnation from 3 bishops in Paris? Oh, that's neat. So she remembers all the things I said. Thank you for making my decision so easy. Did you leave university voluntarily, or were you expelled? I propose a compromise. I will take the book from the Abbey, far away. I'll be gone by the time Father Gano asked about it. And if you're like me, you can say I stole it. I doubt I'll make any fuss about me stealing a book you wanted to destroy. I don't like this, Andreas. It feels wrong in my heart. Oh, nice. Great. That's so cool. All the little stats and stuff. I love that shit. That's awesome. What a cool RPG. I swear, I'll take it far away. It's been out here for years. And besides, how could you have stopped me? I'm trusting you in this, Andreas. Against my better judgment. Don't make me regret this. The screen's getting staticky. Is that? Oh, it's because I got a fucking Xbox achievement. Now then, Baron Rothvogel, quickly though. I need to finish up here soon. We only have time to answer one question, so I should choose carefully. He seemed unusually friendly. These are the most interesting, I think, but I'm gonna do this one. He seemed unusually friendly with me. I don't understand it, honestly. Baron is quite wealthy, quite educated, and he loves fine art. I think it's clear why he enjoys your company. Most of his peers don't share his passion for modern thinking, nor are they interested in art. You are a rare thing, Andreas Maller. Artist with a university education. You may not be of high birth, but whatever the Baron's faults may be, he chooses to fraternize with common people. Sometimes with unpleasant consequences. What, did he get involved with someone in town? I only know rumors. A simple argument between the Baron and a man became violent. Did Baron Rothvogel kill someone? No, I don't believe so. But he gave someone a savage beating. Again, if rumors are to be believed. Should I be concerned for my safety, sister? I can't say. I don't know Baron Rothvogel. Much more than you do, Andreas. There is an inherent danger to walking in the shadow of a powerful man. Just be careful. Well, I must be off to Mass. Thank you again for your help, Andreas. I don't know. I suppose you'll be leaving via the crypt? Oh, because we found the thing! Don't know why you're poking around under there like a grave robber, but that entrance isn't for you. One of the lords of the old keep must have had it built to escape times of siege. It allows the sisters access to the library without distracting the brothers. Please do not abuse this knowledge. Of course not, sister. Thank you, I appreciate your discretion. Good day, Andreas. God be with you. It's the bell for Sext! The brothers will be sitting down for dinner soon. I should see if Otto's around and still wants to eat with me. Okay, y'all. I think this is a good place to cut for now. I'm into this. I'm going to keep playing this. So I will hope to have more videos live on it soon. If you liked it, please let me know. I'm obviously a new YouTuber. I have not posted a lot. So by all means, I'm interested in any kind of suggestions, recommendations, critiques. If you liked it, feel free to leave me a like, leave me a follow, all that typical YouTuber jazz. You know, this is just something I kind of started doing for fun and boredom. Different Let's Players got me through a number of tough points in my life, and if nothing else, there was a time when I just didn't have the money to afford a lot of game consoles. So a lot of games, this was my only way of really experiencing them. So I'd love to pay that forward. So please, be in touch, and I'll have some more videos soon. Thank you.